Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and oh, we've got a spicy story today. This vaguely involves Magic the Gathering, but since me and David Leavitt got beef, you know I'm not going to miss this one because the internet just absolutely stomped this guy. Just curb stomped him right in the face, metaphorically. And with what he tried to do and the fact that he is caught constantly lying on Twitter, he kind of deserves it. So this guy spends all of his time, I guess, being unemployed and ranting on Twitter about Trump. I mean, if you look at his Twitter account, it's just all political bullshit. Oh, that one he's not like, Instagram model flexing on people by posting expensive Magic cards from his collection. Except for this. Like, who's this stupid? So he has tons of decks, plays on Arena all the time, streams Arena. And by the way, his Twitter bio says award-winning multimedia journalist. Wow, pat yourself on the back there, David. Bylines, CBS, Axis, Yahoo. Oh, it's so hard to get on Yahoo. Examiner. Oh, how impressive. I wish I could say who, but I wrote for a company worth more than all those combined. Not just that, they picked up one of my stories. I was one of their top writers. They flew me out to Santa Monica for their user event as a special guest. So sorry, David, but I outrank you as an author with putting in almost no effort. So pardon me if I'm not impressed by your bullshit bio, which, by the way, this guy just constantly tweets lies. I mean, just lie after lie after lie. Exaggerating to push his political views, lying to his users to get sympathy. I mean, you name it, he does it. So his whole bio is probably a lie, highly, greatly exaggerated. But anyway, games, tech, travel, and casual MTG player. And then he puts the full text of his email in there so that spam bots can pick it up because he apparently didn't learn not to do that in 1998. So the narrative that he's pushing is that he's so poor he can't afford to go to the dentist. In fact, he tweeted, I have not been able to afford to go to a dentist in over 3 years. Okay, get a fucking job instead of tweeting 50 tweets a day on Twitter about how much you hate Trump. Okay, that doesn't pay very well, it turns out. Oh, look, he tweeted on April 24th, 2018, you are winning when you get the dentist's office waiting room to turn off Fox News. Oh, by the way, sent from his iPhone. So he's a money-wasting Apple customer, obviously, and he has been to the dentist, at the very least in 2018. So once again, exaggerating to get sympathy and lying to prove his point or whatever. But if you thought this didn't get any crazier than just some bullshit about the dentist, we're in for a fun ride. So let's read what he tweeted there. Well, first of all, the one that really pissed me off, I went 7-1 in the MTG THB pre-release. I'll be playing MTG all weekend. Wait a minute, that sounds expensive to play pre-release events all weekend. Why don't you go to the dentist or buy a toothbrush? Trying to go infinite. Although he did say trying to go infinite, which, not bloody likely. I mean, me and Cinder have been known to do that, but that's about it. Let's just say on Arena, that's almost impossible. At MTGO, I heard it's doable. So yeah, don't, write anything, sell an article to a magazine, do a job, do freelance. No, sit there and play Magic all weekend. That'll help you afford the dentist. I work my fucking ass off to make like 25 grand a year so I could barely pay my fucking bills. And this iPhone-using douchebag living in Boston, Massachusetts, apparently, which is a really cheap place to live, is whining about, I shouldn't have to choose between medication and rent. Move, get a job, and quit playing Magic. In fact, I could name some pictures of cards that you tweeted out that you should just fucking sell if you can't afford medication and rent at the same time, you lying, exaggerating dumb fuck. My entire Magic collection is worth about $500, probably less at this point, including all the decks, all the binders put together. Because I got bills and shit, and I'm not an irresponsible dumbass who likes to show off to other people and puts that as a priority above, food and like dental care and my own health. This guy really pisses me off, so let's get to what he did. So I have not been able to afford to go to a dentist in over, bullshit amount of years. So yes, I wanted a good toothbrush and was thrilled to see such an amazing price on an Oral-B, but Target refused to honor it, and now I have to take them to court. As if you have the money to do that, you dumbass. Strangely enough, he got 8,400 replies to this tweet, but only 2.2 thousand of them decided to, like it. Which heavily implies that over 6,000 people did not like what he had to say or the situation. I believe that's what's referred to on Twitter as getting ratioed. It tends to happen to these blue checkmark verified douchebags. Now, I don't really use Twitter anymore, but I don't know how to get these tweets to show in order or whatever. They'll just have a date, they don't have a time, and they're all backwards and whatever. But at some point, he tweeted this. This at Target manager Tori, that's right, name her by name and take a photo of her, is not honoring the price of their items per Massachusetts law. Speaking of Massachusetts law, is it legal to take a picture of a person inside of a private venue and then post it online? Is that legal in Massachusetts? I'm not sure. I'm too lazy to look it up, but my suspicion is no. Especially when you're naming them by name and basically read between the lines, getting people to harass her or blaming her for something she didn't do. Speaking of that, zoom and enhance. So that price tag for 1 penny is the display. In fact, it says display, 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 and then perfect plaque, which has nothing to do with it. This is the Pro 5000 Smart Series. It doesn't say perfect plaque anyway, and that's not how you spell plaque, by the way. It's spelled with a Q. So that is the non-working display model, and the only reason that they have a SKU assigned to it and that it's in inventory for a dummy price is so that they know that the store has one, so that you can look up like how many demo units, display units does this Target have. Oh, okay, we checked them in with a barcode and they're priced and they're in inventory. They're on the shelf. That's just how inventory works. So you might be thinking, well, let him buy the display unit. The display unit does not have a motor in it. It is a non-functional shell as far as I could tell. So sure, buy the display unit. And clearly, the item title is display. It says display. Nowhere on it does it say Oral-B Pro 5000. I don't need to really make this more of a point. Nobody's this fucking stupid. I mean, if he has the intelligence to operate a car to drive to Target, he's not stupid enough to say that, oh, I wonder if that 1 penny means it's for the items below this, when it says display in all caps. So what he's trying to do is basically scam Target. He's literally trying to scam them. That's illegal. I hope he gets arrested. But I spend too much money on magic cards. I spend too much of my time bitching at people about Trump on Twitter, and I don't have any money, allegedly, and can't go to the dentist even though I did and I'm lying. So I'm entitled to scam Target out of a toothbrush. Hopefully I get some dumbass cashier who just doesn't give a shit and gives it to me for a penny. Tori ain't having that shit, okay? Tori ain't about that. Fuck you. I'm sure Tori's had plenty of 65 plus year old, Social Security pensioner dumb fucks come in and say, does this mean it's a penny? And then she says, no, it says display on it. That's for the display. It's a non-functional model. We just use that for tracking. So no, for the 100th time, I'm not going to sell you a fucking, $100 toothbrush or whatever for a penny. You dumbass. Stop trying to scam us or I'm going to kick you out of the store is what I would assume is the official company policy. By the way, everybody send this whole situation to Target management so we can get this dumbass David banned from their stores forever. Because they will. They absolutely will. They do not stand by this type of attempted fraud and theft. And, calling the cops on them and threatening to sue them, which he also did. I mean, this is right up there with the whole McDonald's said they're out of nuggets, so I called the cops. I mean, we've all heard that story. By the way, this is a civil matter, not a criminal matter, unless a judge deems it to be a criminal matter in association with the civil case that he would have to file. This is like an FTC thing or like a state, I don't remember what the state level is called. It's like a pricing law thing. Like you don't get arrested for that. That's not an arrestable offense unless a judge deems, okay, we've got a warrant, find out who's behind this, arrest that person. And usually they don't get arrested, just the company in general gets fined because this wasn't an individual doing this. You can't arrest the company of Target. And he's trying to pin this all on Tori, obviously, because, she's the one breaking the law. She's the one I want the police to haul away for not selling me an item for a penny. No, she's doing her job to the best of her trained ability, which means that she's shielded from repercussions involving price disputes and anything illegal to an extent that would happen. I don't remember the term for that. Somebody already posted in the comment section, I'm sure. But there's like some Latin term for it in legal thing where it's like, I was just doing my job and they told me to do it. I was just following orders and this is how they trained me to do it. So like, I'm not personally liable. You'll have to hit up the company for whatever you think I did. Like that, there is a legal thing called that. So yeah, to turn that into no immediate police action, no cop is that fucking stupid. You fucking lying, time-wasting, police resource-wasting idiot, David. Man, what a scumbag this guy is. Seriously. Who even still follows him on Twitter? I mean, what a miserable waste of a human being. Just a waste of space on this planet. Too lazy and entitled to work, constantly whining and lying about money and lying about the dentist and his health and his medication, calling the police because his scam against Target didn't work. I mean, what the fuck? Like, who just sits in their basement all day whining about, Trump, I don't have any money. Like, this guy's got to be like an OG actual socialist communist where he thinks that like the government should just give him money and give him a basic income for not working because he's doing the world such a good about bitching about Trump 24/7. Like, I mean, this guy has to have a mental condition. He has to. He has some kind of weird, unhealthy obsession or some kind of weird aversion to doing a job and getting actual work. Not to mention being a pathological liar, apparently, and a scam artist. And either that, since he knew when people saw this, he'd be like, dumbass, it says display, that he's like delusional. Like he has trouble determining what reality is. So for someone like that to have 211,000 followers on Twitter means there's something really fucked up with society. And Twitter certified him blue check mark. This guy's approved by Twitter, whatever the fuck that means. Yeah, honestly, his personality and actions and his career path, and yeah, that does seem like the type of liberal that Twitter would put a blue check mark on, actually. So his Twitter shitstorm starts with that, taking a picture of Tori, like, super not having his shit. And then, of course, he had to include the Massachusetts pricing law, which only applies to correctly marked items. I mean, literally, does the UPC on the box appear on that label? No. Well, that's how the law works, dumbass. I mean, even if the UPCs didn't match, if it had a title, you might have a little bit of a case. But it didn't. It says display, not toothbrush. It says display, you illiterate dumb fuck. So he says, I just had to call the police because at Target refused to sell me the toothbrush. I did not call 911. Good, otherwise you would have been arrested for filing a false police report. I called the business number for the police and told them it was not an emergency and they could take their time and explain the situation. Well, aren't you just a fucking saint? So the police verified at Target displayed the price of the toothbrush for 1 penny. Then the police are as stupid as you are. Just kidding, you're lying. I can tell you with absolute certainty this guy is lying right here. He even says, the store manager, Tori, refused to sell me the toothbrush for the displayed price. Oh, she was the manager. Oh, well, there you go. She is even more qualified than some random person just working as a cashier to be like, no, that's not what that sign means. Get the fuck out of our store. But she seems like she'd be more polite than that. I'd be like, get your scamming fucking ass out of here. You're banned for life. Goodbye. Bye. Call the police again. I don't give a fuck. We'll call the police if you step foot inside the store again. And trust me, I've worked retail. I've kicked people out of my own shop. I've threatened to report them for trespassing when they came back. I've had to pull a gun on somebody who's trying to sell me stolen property at my shop. I've threatened to pull a gun on somebody who was trying to steal something from my store. Yeah, I've been down in the trenches. I've dealt with the worst of the worst when it comes to retail shit, so I'm sure Tori has as well. So why she didn't just kick this guy out, I don't know, and why the police didn't just be like, shut the fuck up and we're not going to deal with your petty little civil violation here. Your non-criminal matter here, you dumbass. So, yeah, the store manager, Tori, refused to sell me toothbrush for the displayed price. The police said I need to sue them. See, that's the truth. You need to sue them. It's a civil matter, not a fucking criminal matter, you dumbass. Yeah, it's part of the legal code. Doesn't matter. It's a civil matter. Who doesn't know this? And that they are making me a verified report to take to court at Better Business Bureau Connection and Ask Target. Can somebody tag Ask Target and ask them to kick this guy out of their stores nationally so that he can never go to another store? I know McDonald's and Walmart do that for shoplifters and for people who like break the rules and honestly expose the horrible conditions of their play areas in McDonald's. They actually got like a court restraining order from this lady who was like tweeting out the miserably disgusting condition of their play areas at multiple areas around her city, and they got like an injunction to stop her from entering McDonald's anywhere in the country. Please, Target, somebody from Target, ban David Leavitt from your stores. You do not need this shit for people like Tori to deal with and the police. Like, seriously, this guy has mental problems. He's probably not even safe to be around society, let alone in your stores making a scene, making you look bad. But he goes on, corporations like at Target are not above the law. The police officer told me they'd testify that they'd saw the price and that the manager wouldn't sell me the item for the price listed. Bullshit. No police officer is that fucking stupid. You are lying. That tweet is a lie. Stop fucking lying to get people on your side. Nobody on Twitter is that fucking stupid, except for apparently 1.6 thousand people. Although I think the logic here isn't like, yeah, clearly that tag said toothbrush on it. The logic is like, well, Trump is in office, so you should get a free toothbrush. Like, I think that's the logical connection that his dumbass sheep, brainwashed moron, I sit on Twitter all day, liberal dumbfuck followers are putting to actually leave a like on that tweet. Oh, it's probably like the police are never right Antifa dumbfucks too. So yeah, then we got the famous tweet about he can't go to the dentist, even though, once again, like I said, he's lying. He himself admitted he's lying, unless he was lying the first time about being in a waiting room at a dentist, but it seems awfully obscure and specific. But yeah, he's taking him to court, guys, because he has the money to hire a lawyer to do that, but not to go to the dentist or buy a toothbrush without scamming someone. So he's just being a dumbass, and now he got a ton of attention. A ton of people are talking about this idiot. And just what a delusional fucking waste of space he is. And that's the end of it, right? Wrong, motherfuckers. This is the internet. Tori's getting 25 grand. Oh, I didn't just Photoshop this as a meme. No, this shit's real. I got a link in the fucking description. Feel free to, donate. I mean, I think there's better causes at this point now that we have exceeded the $5,000 goal, to say the least. But yeah, this is your face when somebody's trying to pull shit at your store, and this is your face when you get to go on a $25,000 vacation. So once again, dumbass customer before, getting paid for dumbass customer after. By the way, Tori, you're pretty good looking. I'm just throwing that out there. You got like a Tina Fey thing going on. Hashtag Target Tori is cute. So yes, massive internet legend Carpe Donctum, which I don't think is actual Latin. It could be, but maybe he's just taking Latin and putting a banging donk on it, mate. I'm going to be so disappointed if that's not a meme reference and that is an actual Latin word. But what we do know is David Leavitt got donked on. I'm proud of that joke. And yeah, his little temper tantrum attempted scam, I'm going to sue them, wah, I'm a toddler who can't live in society without being an immature little bitch, is now just tweeting passive-aggressive shit about, I'm giving out free vacations, ha ha ha, anybody else want to sign up? There's some more horse shit like that and some more bullshit about how he's wasting more money on Arena that he can't afford, it would seem. And then, of course, because he knows he's in the wrong. At this point, I think 8,000 people have told him he's in the wrong about this, which is apparently not enough. Now he's tweeting shit like, please donate a toothbrush to your local homeless shelter because of this situation. There's thousands of struggling families. Like, yeah, okay, cool. You should probably do that. But he's just doing that to make himself look better. This is like PR management 101 right here. Nothing is going to save you from trying to waste Tori's time, scam Target, and lie about going to the dentist, you unemployed liberal socialist dumbfuck, who is literally living proof that having 200,000 followers on Twitter nets you exactly $0. You want to buy a toothbrush retail? First of all, don't go to fucking Target. Buy it online. It's cheaper. Sorry, Target. Maybe lower your prices, lower your overhead. Oh, and by the way, stop bleeding customers left and right because you decided to take a stand for freedom and let perverts into the women's dressing room, which I think there's been 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 instances since they passed that policy of just men lying, oh yeah, I'm a woman, whatever, and then trying to take pictures of underage girls in the women's fitting room. Whoopsies. I believe the boycott Target movement has hit about 10 to 20 to 30 million people now. So yeah, they're going bankrupt. Go broke. You go pro pervert, you go pro bankruptcy. That one doesn't have the same ring to it, but I like it. Like, this ain't even a trans thing. This is literally like them just being careless dumbfucks and letting perverts and criminals into like the kids' dressing room. Like that's fucked. If they actually gave a shit, they would like spend the money to open a 3rd dressing room area for trans people. Like, wouldn't that be the solution? So I guess the ongoing unresolved bad part about this is that people like David Leavitt exist in this world and get attention and people actually follow what they say on Twitter, which is so disgusting. Even saying that makes me want to throw up in my mouth. But the good side is Tori got her ass paid. And I mean, if I was the manager of a retail area where you constantly get whiny, like scam and fake coupon abusing, like, I'll be honest, typically 65 plus crowd, and then they're constantly bitching at you, and then you get people like David coming in trying to scam you because he spent all his money on magic cards. It is dealing with all that shit day in, day out, and then on top of it, knowing that Target is going to fail in the extremely near future. They are going to go bankrupt. They're heading for that. It is irrecoverable at this point. I mean, they're at like GameStop levels of fucked up right now. Like, she's going to lose her job at some point, and she knows it. And every day she has to get up and think about that while going into work and dealing with people like him. So if you ask me, 25 grand ain't enough. But, at the same time, like, the koalas are burning, just saying. So, like, at least they hit the goal of 5,000. I mean, 5,000 is bare minimum what she should get directly from David Leavitt over this bullshit. I mean, if she honestly sued him at this point for exposure, harassment online, I'm sure people doxed her at this point, like people who believe in his horseshit. Any kind of, stress and mental anguish and inability to work or whatever resulted from his campaign against her personally, she could get paid in court again from him. In fact, she should. I'd love to see David file for bankruptcy and have to sell all of his Magic cards. That would be wonderful. He deserves it at this point. He knew damn well what he was doing. So, Tori, if you want to sue him, I will absolutely popularize that. I'll start a fucking GoFundMe myself for your legal fees, and we could drag this asshole through legal hell for years. I'm all for that. Hit me up. When you're sitting on the beach in Hawaii on your brand new smartphone, hit me up on Twitter. Maybe we could get a little extended vacation after this guy pays you what he owes you at this point. And everybody, please blow up Ask Target on Twitter if you use Twitter, and ask Target to ban this guy for life from the stores. And you know what? Tell him to give Tori a promotion too. So yeah, this is the liberal nut job side of Magic. It really goes hand in hand. I could name at least 12 other people that are at David's level of crazy. I could actually name them by name, but a lot of them have filed privacy complaints and other fucking horseshit on YouTube, taking down my videos that talk about them cheating at tournaments and rigging stuff and getting kicked out of the judge program and all this other public shit that they did that's public. Can't really file a complaint when you're publicly on a list saying I'm a judge high and have like 1 million followers. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, this is Trump derangement syndrome and polarized politics gone absolutely to mental health levels. Yeah, I mean, it's honestly scary that people like David exist, because like if he's willing to go to this extreme measures and this extreme delusion, he seems like the type that would like shoot up an election place or something. I mean, this guy's fucking crazy. I hope he's on some kind of fucking FBI NSA list, because like political activism to this level, like this guy's obsessed. He's dangerous. He's a crazy person. He does not think rationally. So hopefully he gets banned from Target and put on the no-fly list. Fuck you, David. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this wonderful, happy story. And if you see any more Davids out there in the Magic community, spouting off their bullshit and trying to ruin people's lives and threatening to sue people and generally just being a nuisance to the, human society as a whole, try to, pressure them to get off of social media and get a fucking life. They live in their own little bubble. They hear from their own little, brainwash fans, and then they keep doing what they're doing, and they need to shut the fuck up and get off the internet. I mean, once these sensitive little snowflake bastards get out of their little bubble where everybody thinks they're great and everybody supports everything they do, they start hearing from the real world about what a delusional jackass they are. They tend to kind of, go away. They can't take the pressure. Their ego can't take that somebody disagrees with them, and I'm abandoning Twitter. It's toxic harassment. Well, bye-bye. Only you can make a difference getting stupid delusional SJWs off of social media, everybody. Which is why I'm making a video about this. Plus, it's such a fucking hilarious story. How could I not? And don't worry, my next video, I'm getting back to actual MTG content and product releases and talking about a different type of rats, actually, specifically. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.